Hi viewers, I'm Dr. Kola. So in previous Dy.E.O and Diet Lectures series, we have gone through different education commissions like say University Education Commission, then Secondary Education, University Education called as Radhakrishnan Commission, right? Then Secondary Education Commission called as Mudliar Commission. And one point to be noted is that sometimes they may ask certain questions like basic education called as Nai Talim or to say what the scheme of education. And you see Kotari Commission 1964-66 can be called as National Education Commission. So you see, besides teaching the class, I'm focusing on the point that which questions may be focused. Okay, literally teaching may be a common thing, but out of my experience, I'm trying to focus which type of bits will be possible to be asked in the examination. So after the recommendation of Kotari Commission 1964 to 66, first national policy of education on education was started in 1968. So we have three policies of education: 1968, 1986, and recently NEP 2020. So there, after independence, we have three education policies, national education policies: 68, 86, and 2020. Right. After the recommendation of Kotari Commission, the government of India in 1967 appointed a committee of parliamentarians to implement the recommendations of Kotari Commission and improvise the system of education. So coming to the main points of National Policy on Education 1966, 10 plus 2 plus 3 system of education up to 10th, then 2 intermediate degree 3 years. Then you see implementing compulsory education 6 to 14 years is a common thing which was told in Gandhi's basic policy of education, right? Okay, then coming to next point, coming to introduce this different type of courses like open distance learning, correspondence courses, so that education reaches everybody, and then coming to satisfactory salaries to the teachers, to provide opportunity to pursue education in regional languages also, right? For example, if you are from a state like Telangana, you can study in Telugu, and besides that, promotion of English as a connective language, and Hindi as a national language, three language formula, what we say, three language formula, trilingual principle, right? To organize programs to provide work experience education and leading to work experience, and you see work experience leading to national service, right? To establish agriculture universities and promote agriculture education, to establish ITIs, to promote professional education and industrial education, to implement continuous assessment. Okay, now what we see in 2020 or before 2020, we have CC, continuous comprehensive evaluation. Okay, the system has been started in 1968 itself, right? And vocational education, right? Technical education after secondary education, and you see print textbooks, subject plans, right? To establish universities, to reach almost all the rural areas, then adult education and adult literacy programs. Now we see Saksharata Bharat, okay, where we see adult, and in Telangana, in erstwhile Andhra Pradesh, we had Akshara Sankranti, right? And also promote sports at the secondary school level, and also to bring about reforms in the education, examination, evaluation system, and providing education to minorities, to educational benefits. And one point, 1968 education policy to be remembered, that the amount or the budget to be allocated to education sector. I said previously that education comes under concurrent list. The concurrent list means in Telugu it is a Ummadi Jabita, means it comes under state as well as central, right? So allocation of 6% of the GDP for education is an important point in 1968 education policy. And now also we can get a question that how much percentage of budget is being allocated to education. It's almost 8%. Okay, please check the budget manual to get know that how much the government is spending on education as a budget. Then coming to next committee is Eshwaribai committee, right? Or Eshwaribai Patel committee, Gujarat University Vice Chancellor under the Janata government thought that 1968 education policy is not being implemented correctly. So they have constituted a committee under a VC of Gujarat University, Eshwaribai Patel, so called as Eshwaribai Patel committee. And this committee is also now have main recommendation. We can expect a question is that it has focused on socially useful productive work, what we say SUPW, right? So what we say that curriculum should include socially useful productive work, means whatever curriculum design, it should be leading to productivity, and that productivity in turn should help the society, right? SUPW, right? So it doesn't mean, it means that whatever education we are giving should give work experience. Most of the times in system of education, we see that everything goes on theoretically and practical experience is not there. So Ishwari by Patel committee focused on SQW, which means work experience. Okay, work experience. Telugulo ఏమంటామంటే పని అనుభవం. Okay, so learning as well as experiencing, which in turn will lead to productivity. Productivity means employment. Okay, and non-formal education should be promoted, given priority. Formal education means school education. Other than school means non-formal means open school, open distance learning, right? Okay, open degree universities, open schools like that, non-formal. And curriculum should be designed according to local conditions. Curriculum should be designed basing upon the area, okay, regional areas. And you see, assignment should be reduced, burden of assignment should be reduced, and teachers should be provided by teacher guides, teaching aids. English should be introduced at the stage of 8th class. Okay, one point to be noted, English should be introduced at the point of 8th, and it does suggested textbooks for language, mathematics, and environment science. And it also said that homework should be reduced. Right? Usually, homework is felt as burden by the children, so homework should be reduced. Okay, and provision of libraries, laboratories should be made compulsory, and focus on preparation of NCERT textbooks. And classes should be conducted for primary classes 1 to 5th, 1 to 4th or 5th, and upper primary from 4 to 5th to 7 to 8th, upper secondary from 8th, 9th to 10th. So these are the main points we see in Eshwaribai Patel committee. What we call as SUPW is very important, and work experience is very important. Then comes in 1978, that is Malcolm Adiseshiah committee, right? He was vice chancellor of University of Madras. Particularly when we come to this Malcolm Adiseshaiah committee, we should remember that this focused on occasional courses, right, at the intermediate level. So what it means to say that learning to do, okay, one focal point, examination expectation point is that Adiseshiah committee focused on occasional education at intermediate level. It is nothing but the tagline is learning to do, right? So he said that there should be two types of curricula. Sometimes a question may ask which committee said there should be two types of curricula. Okay, general curriculum and occasional curriculum. Malcolm Adiseshaiah committee, right? So he has distributed the time also. For 15% of the curriculum should be with language studies, 15% to SUPW, and remaining 70% should be allocated to elective chosen from the general education. It is about general syllabus. I said general, two curriculums are there. In that I said about general curriculum. Coming to vocational curriculum, 18% should be allocated for language studies, 15% to the general foundation course, and 70% to two types of courses in occasional electives. Okay, whatever the child chooses, right? And also to conduct occasional education along in the schools also. uh, so that they can choose some occasion, right? And occasion service should be conducted. Parents should be given, priority should be given to the courses such as agriculture, commerce, health, medicine, and in accordance with rural environment. Now we have a number of rural universities. For example, in Telangana, we have Ramananda Tirtha University, rural university at Bhudan Pochampalli, which focuses on complete rural trainings. And previously, in our education system, there used to be what we call multi-purpose schools, where all these agriculture courses were used to be there, right? And teaching should be done in the regional language, and also what to say, apprenticeship facilities. After getting experience at the school, after nulling at the school, getting to experience, you should work in a industry or occasion promotion industry, right? So it was also suggested that occasional education council should be established. Okay, well, as we have for degree UGC like that one, it also focused that occasional education council should be established at the national level and at the state level, and also it focused that semester system, yeah, semester system should also be implemented, or should be continued, right? So these are the three committees which I have focused today. One is National Policy on Education 1968. Okay, there I focused on certain points which has to be remembered. And this is the first Education Commission. Then coming to next is Eshwaribai Patel Committee. Then coming to Malcolm Adiseshiah Committee. Hope that this video will be useful for your learning, for your examination. Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Signing off. Your Dr. Kola. Bye bye.